reach out with it, keep it real tight to your body. You want to think of this one like an umbrella. Like water can just drip off down the sides. You're not trying to hit anybody. You're just trying to cover this way or this way. Right? And you can add a supplementary motion here. You can use this hand first and then slide. So it's like you're doing a leaf parry and then this elbow comes up. Right? Don't do this and like elbow into the guy. That's for fighting. That's my job. Your job is to not get hit and to get touchdown. So make sure you slip past the guy with this. That tip of your elbow might not feel too strong, but when a guy's running forward and he runs into that, if he runs right into that, it's going to cause some serious damage. So be real careful with this one in particular. So like I said, you just slip through this way. And you want to use this hand first and this hand second. So you catch it first and then slide past with this elbow. Now you can just do the elbow, right? Then it feels more like a forearm, except for instead of coming out, it's going towards me. So I'm just kind of, he's just kind of gliding off of what I'm doing. I'm just redirecting his energy. I'm not pushing him at all. I'm just letting him kind of bounce off my arm. So if he shouts forward, I'm just kind of letting him bounce off of that. If I use the other hand, though, it's much, much more effective. Right? So this is a good cover, too, because if I get him out of the way here, if he's reaching for something, and I slip through this way, this can turn into a forearm now. So now the same thing we were doing with our hands before, where we were taking him and getting him out of the way and then pushing to get him back, you can do that same thing with your forearm as long as you're behind the elbow. And to tell you the truth, that forearm is very, very strong. So this is a good one to use. When I do this here and I slip in here, as I'm completing this motion, I can just push with that forearm. And you'll notice it just sends him back a little bit. So get a good stance when you come forward. So here, 1, 2, and see he's pushing me back a little bit. That forearm, I'm not pushing forward. That's where he's strong. I'm pushing this way. Right? That's where he's not strong. It's just like I said with the rooting. That's where his strength is not, he doesn't have any strength there. Right? If he's forward here and he's got, gotten a low stance, like he's gonna, push for like a tackle, or if he's gonna try to come up and get the ball, he's got strength this way, but not this way. If I push him this way, he's gone. Right? Same thing with this way. There's no strength side to side there. The stance isn't made for going side to side. It's made for pushing the guy forward. So we're going to take him to the side and get him off balance. So if he's pushing forward and I'm moving with this rotor parry type motion, if I can push him that way, I can get him off balance. All right? Now this is so smooth that most people are not even going to notice that you're doing it to them. So as he moves, I'm just going to move past him. Now, something that I want to show you now that we're at the closest range is that you can use all 3 ranges within one move. I can catch it with a leaf parry, slide past it with this, push with the forearm, and then push again with the hand. All right? This is very advanced. This is a lot of stuff going on at once. So say, for instance, I want to really get him off balance. I'm here, here, and then maybe I push with the hand. Or long range, close range, middle range, the forearm. Now something that you're probably not thinking of yet is what if he comes in for the ball and he pushes with this hand and it gets wiped out of the way, and then maybe he comes in with the other hand. So if I'm here and I do this and he comes in with the other one, I can use my palm. So if I'm here and he comes in with the other one, I can use my forearm, I can use my palm, and take off. That's what the footwork's for, to get you out of the way. Now the thing with this handwork is, if he comes in here and I can move him like this, it doesn't take any footwork. I can just take off running. So you solve the problem of having to memorize all that fancy footwork that I gave you last time. So if we're here and I just get him out of the way, I can just take off running. I don't need to do anything. Now, if a guy gets really, really close to you, you're going to have to be real careful because now all that footwork is necessary. All right, so if I'm here and I push him this way, he's kind of caught up in me here, so I can't really just take off running. That's when you would want to use this slippery footwork to get out. All right? When he's really close on you like that, you have to be real careful not to get caught up, get your legs caught up, You don't want to get off balance. That's a really easy way to get knocked down. So, like I said, if I'm here and maybe I use the leaf parry and then he reaches over top, I can use the other hand. All right, if I've got the ball and I use this hand to cover and then he comes in with the other one over top or underneath, I can use that, and all it takes is a second to get that guy off of you, and then you can just keep going. All right. What you want to do is just learn how to be sensitive enough to know which one to use. If he's a little farther away, you use this longer range. This is long range out here, right? You're keeping him at bay. When he gets a little bit closer, we've got to kind of block with this forearm. That doesn't mean you can't block with the forearm and then push it away. All right? It's very good to do that. That's called checking. Whatever you catch it with, after you catch it, you check it to make sure that you catch it with your primary move. Okay, your first move catches it and intercepts it. The second move checks it so that as you're moving past him, he can't just turn right back around and grab a hold of you. All right? So as he's moving, I intercept it with one of the moves. I check it with another one as I take off and I go through. So he comes in, I catch it with one, check with the other. All right? Even if he doesn't come with a second move, you always want to plan to kind of crawl up the guy and just get past him. All right? If you've got the ball, you've got to learn to do this with one hand. All right? So I maybe catch it with a leaf parry, and then he gets too close and I need to do a second move. I use this forearm, okay, to push him off, and then I take off. All right? If I use the elbow here, and then maybe the palm here, all right, to get him off. All right, so with a little bit of footwork, if he reaches forward, maybe I use the forearm here, and now I check and come up for my L step, all right? Or maybe I'm here, and he pushes forward, I wipe this off, he's too